Hey guys, Saxdoing26 here, and welcome back to Let's Play Rayman 2 for the LPerLeague.
With extra plums.
Indeed.
Arrow.
And it's time for the longest and quite possibly everyone's favorite level, right? Right?
No! Hate this level because it took me 5 parts of my blind playthrough. 5!
The next level we are going to is the second sanctuary, and it is by no means, by no exclusions, the longest level in the entire game.
Oh boy.
This wasn't in Revolution, this cutscene.
Yeah, they did little transitions for each of the sanctuaries, and if you have enough lumps to get in, then they would let you in through the door. They kind of did the same thing in the PS1 version by setting up a gate before every set of levels leading up to a sanctuary, but here they simplified to just being before the sanctuary. And welcome to the Sanctuary of Stone and Fire. This level, even when I'm being quick at it, takes me at least 45 minutes.
Jeez.
Grant.
We have a two-parter on our hands.
And, like I said before, it took me 5 parts of my playthrough. 5! Each one spanning from either 20 minutes or 12 minutes, yada yada yada. And I remember Team Viewer being a bucket in this episode.
Oh yeah. And the helicopter glitch.
Oh my gosh, don't remind me of that! Okay.
Why have a level when you can have a level with helicopter sounds for the whole friggin'... Damn it,
Okay.
Revolution, what are you doing?
Okay, for people who are unaware. Alright, you know that little noise that Rayman makes with his hair when he goes into helicopter mode? Like, it sounds like a helicopter. There was a glitch that happened in the playthrough where that noise would just keep going and going and going, even when I wasn't helicoptering. So I would just hear a in the background the whole entire time.
Game design.
That noise right there. Game design. And curveball to the left.
Yep.
Or to the right. That's actually your right. I can't do
Directions. He knows them.
directions.
Behold, the beauty that is the Power Fist. Yes.
The golden fists.
I want it.
So you have like double power up until you get hit 3 times. Is that how it goes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And your regular shots are as powerful as what was previously a fully charged shot for you. And if you fully charge this, you might as well be throwing friggin' meteors at the enemy.
And you show off the power fist.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, boom!
He's practically gone already.
Boing. I like how cartoony this game sounds. I love
Absolutely.
it.
I mean, I know the plot took a more serious route, but I like that it still keeps that cartoony charm. That's probably why out of the 3, Rayman 2 is still my favourite. It's got the cartooniness, but I don't know, I think it gets the balance of seriousness and cartooniness just right. As opposed to with Rayman 3 where they tried to go stupidly dark and then the humor all kind of comes off as being a bit haphazard.
I don't know, using Glowbox's platforms was pretty funny. With its gigantic snot bubbles.
You?
Yeah, that was yeah, the plum gimmicks with Glowbox were kind of funny, I will admit. It's weird, it doesn't matter how much I think about it, but I still think I kind of preferred Glowbox as being, like, slightly, where was I going with that? I think I prefer him being a little more intelligent like he is in this one, where, yeah, he's still a little bit silly, but not stupid.
Well, nearly 5 minutes in, and we're practically back at the start. This is gonna be a long one. That's just We're stone and fire for you folks.
Pretty much. Have you noticed we've barely been talking about the level?
Sorry, what are you talking about now?
Pretty much just.
Pretty much just.
This level is plum gimmicks and...
You missed!
Matthew!
Then I go to the exact same spot and no, it had to be that plum apparently.
Oh, they won't. They just wouldn't let you use that plum.
Yeah, it won't let you use the plum you traveled across using the lava. It specifically has to be the one from the tree. Ugh. Picky fruit.
Nope. Gotta use this plum.
Pretty much.
Would you say Rayman's favorite food is plums?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, if you think about it, you think back to the Rayman Origins opening. He's scoffing down fruit like there's no tomorrow. So, yeah, I can believe that his favorite food is probably plums.
I need to get Legends. I'm gonna get a Legends eventually.
Me too. I mean, now that I have both... I'm just trying to think. I was about to say, now that I have a capture card, if I got Legends, I could totally record it, but that's the thing, I'm still fiddling around with the, anything that uses, S-video cables, I'm still having a bit of fiddle around with, because I still haven't worked out the bugs of setting it up with the 360. So, by the same token, I don't know if anything's going to be different for the Wii U.
The Wii U, since it comes with a HDMI cable, you have to use the Wii's AV cables.
Oh, you can actually specifically use the Wii's... Okay.
Yeah, they made it so that if you had a Wii, that at least you could use the AV cables if you didn't have a...
Yeah.
You know. I do like that.
When we were setting it up on the TV we have here, we kind of had to freak out and we're just going, do we actually have any HDMI cables? Do we have any ports on the actual TV for that? And we're just going, if not, do we have the other cables? And I've just thought, well, maybe we can reuse the ones for the Wii. And I'm thinking, that wouldn't make it that easy. Yes, they did, because they thought it through. That is beautiful.
He got the plum on his head. And you hear him murmuring, he's like...
It looks so plumb there, chump.
For lack of better terms.
Now, keep in mind here, in order to get to a lot of these spots I've been backtracking to in Rayman Revolution, that is a loud car.
Are you sure that's I thought that was an airplane. Are you sure it's an airplane? Or
If it's landing in the back garden, yes.
Oh my god, the helicopter noise is back.
Pardon me, that was loud. But I was gonna say, a lot of these areas I've been backtracking to, in Rayman Revolution, you'd need to come back to after going to different levels. Because they needed the super helicopter gimmick with the lava and stuff.
Oh, I remember that. That was fun. Backtrack.
I gotta say, Matt, I did love those backtracking episodes.
The episode with the backtracking 1. The episode with backtracking 2. Episode with the backtracking 3.
Gotta love it.
Hey,
Oh, I'm not surprised.
we had a jolly old time.
We had a jolly good time. Like, that was a solid 3 or 4 hours that we packed into that backtracking, and that was just hilarious. And I think the enemy's actually behind. Okay. Good. Now they are.
Which one would you say is the definitive version, though?
Ooh, that's tough. If I was gonna go with the original release, so basically the ports of specifically this one, I'd say the Dreamcast version has a couple of extras compared to this version, which are pretty nice because it's got all the mini games built into it that are in the 3DS version. But I still think that Rayman Revolution is a pretty solid remake. So
You would say that one was probably the
yeah,
definitive version? Okay.
probably yeah. I mean,
Why does Murphy sound like he's whispering?
to contrast Rayman 3 immensely. I'm giving you hints. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone else how to play the game. That's my job.
I'm the tutorial guy. Not those.
I'm the tutorial guy. Say nothing.
Not those darn teensies.
So there's a sign over there near the magic stone with an X on it. Obviously, that's the way we should go.
But we're going to
The plum will go up already.
But, contrary to popular belief, you're going the other way.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Darn game mechanic.
But yeah, I will agree, Matt, that Rayman Revolution is probably the definitive version. I think as a whole, it makes everything in the game that you need to work for. I think it makes the whole experience of working towards all of the upgrades and getting all of the lumps and opening up all of the levels, I think it makes the whole experience just more worthwhile, I think. I mean, it makes...
Why does can I ask something before you continue? Why does lava sound like splashing water now?
That is a good question.
Because there was splashing water sound effects there. Like, why? Anyways, continue, Marley. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, even levels like this, you'd need to come back and get stuff, and that was, I mean, even Rayman 1 was built like that, and to a lesser extent, Rayman 3, I guess, but it's usually an expectation that you will not always be able to get everything on the first try, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, that the game is spread out in such a way that it expects backtracking to find new areas and places you've already been. So I think that's another reason why Revolution is the definitive version.
I guess when I really think about it, there's forms of backtracking. And I guess that's when people are saying, oh, well, they use the term unnecessary backtracking. And I really think about it, I was like, what's wrong with backtracking? And then I look at games like, except when you fall in lava, but anyways, I look at games like the Metroid series, where the whole concept is based upon backtracking, and I'm like, okay, I can understand why this is alright, and some other forms of backtracking is unacceptable. But, I mean, like, going out of your way for one is kind of bad.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing about Rayman 2 is because of how many different versions there are and the different ways that the backtracking and the power setup is actually implemented, it means you can actually pick and choose which version you want to play based on how much you do or don't like backtracking. If you don't like backtracking, you can just as easily just get the original.
What?
Whoops! I walked into the lava fall. I walked into the lava fall.
It didn't even look like you walked into it at all.
I touched it with the tip of my nose.
The tip of your nose.
It's a pretty big nose, so the collision protection is pretty wide.
It's a decent size honker.
Spider! Really? Get off there. Anyways,
But yeah.
it just tip of your schnoz.
Yeah, tip of your nose. Good. Purple lumps really not helping me. I'm just trying to remember. Oh,
Is this
we're not up to the shell. We're not up to the shell.
We're not up to the shell horseback riding yet. Okay.
Yeah. Officially, one of the most time-consuming aspects of this level.
Jeez.
But you know, if you don't want to do 100%, you can just dodge it entirely.
You don't have to. All that's up there is extra lums.
You know me, I'm doing 100%, so I have a death wish, obviously.
Marley, what do you think of the Raving Rabbids?
I think the Game Boy Advance and the DS versions are good because they actually have gameplay.
Because
But
you know what irritated me? Because Raving Rabbids, I got it for Wii, and I was like, oh, I get to play a Rayman game. It was all mini games. Well,
Yep.
so much for that. Giganto Spider.
That's the thing. I'm still really curious if they're gonna go back on Rayman Legends and make the Amiibo Rabbids DLC that they were planning on doing.
Ooh, that's kind of cool concept too.
Because I know that they advertised that when they first were showing trailers off, but then they never really followed it up. So I'd be interested to see if they go ahead and actually do that. Because their plan was to go, okay, we'll make the set of figurines and they'll unlock different levels based on which figurines you place. And in the trailer they placed down one of Ezio from Assassin's Creed.
Huh.
And then like did a fade out and they're like, ooh, I wonder what this'll do. I'm just thinking, that's a kind of cool idea, I'd be interested to see what that was, and then they never followed up on it. Now that they've got the technology, they could.
Uh-oh,
Oh
here
boy!
comes... Oh boy!
Ram or C?
This controls so interestingly, and you need to learn these jumps really well.
How long were we here in my playthrough, Marley?
Apart.
Don't.
Apart.
I'm pretty sure the part started with us getting here and then finished with us finishing here. Or it at least took 7 minutes.
I remember I titled the video, Worst Shell Writing Sequence Ever.
Ever.
Jeez.
This...
Actually, I'm doing okay at the moment.
I just got bad
Say that.
feelings gonna
Say
happen.
that. I have a bad feeling.
No, he's good.
Nope. He got it. Still have my power fist. Booyah!
Wait for it.
Really? No! No!
This is what happens when you try and work around the pirate head glitch.
So, that's trolling.
We'll be back in a minute after a short intermission.